Hey there, my friend. It is card draw time, which means it's time for you to allow yourself to just pause and take some time, a few moments just for you. So that's what I hope you will do with this time. That's what I love doing with this time. I love just sharing messages that inspire you to be more of who you are and messages that really call you to shine your light in the world because that's what you are here on this planet to do. So these cards that I share with you are from based on photos from my book, Running the World. And what I hope they do is give you some little nuggets of wisdom to help you run your world and really connect with yourself and the moment and the world around you and just all the beauty the world has to offer in a really powerful way. So the first step of that I always love to do is to just invite you to come into this moment, to arrive right here, right now. So whether that means just pausing, first of all, maybe stop whatever it is you're doing, go down the hall, close the door, whatever it is that you need to do to just create a little bit of quiet time for yourself and a little bit of space. You can just look around at your environment and notice what's around you. And you can also just start to notice your breathing. So I invite you to maybe place a hand on your heart if that feels good. You can close your eyes if that feels good. And just notice the breath itself. Noticing the sensations of the breath as it comes into the body. Noticing the sensations as it leaves the body. If you ever feel like you have trouble connecting with the present moment, connecting with your breath will always ground you in the present moment because your breath is only ever here and now. So as you continue to connect and ground in the moment, I'm going to bring these cards up to my heart as I always do and ask for the inspiration to share the message that will most inspire you today. The message your soul most needs and wants to hear today. And the message that will most call you into alignment with who you really are. And that intention out there, just giving the cards a little shuffle. It's always interesting to see what comes up. And today we have creation. I don't know if we've had this one before. All right, creation. This is a little rock formation called Pito to Henua, which is from Rapa Nui, also known as Easter Island. So when you think about Easter Island, everybody thinks of the giant statues, right? This is something totally different, but on another part of the island that is imbued with as much spiritual energy as everything else on the island. So the message here is creation. Creativity is often associated with a narrow definition of art. If we're not great at drawing, we say that we're not creative. Today, choose to let go of that belief. Everyone is creative, including you. Creativity is not limited to sculpture or painting. Creativity is about creation. You are the artist of your life. Maybe day by day you're creating rituals, narratives, and connections that lift you up and inspire you. Visitors come from far and wide to experience the energy of a stone formation known as the navel of the world. An alternate translation is womb of the universe. Imagine the infinite power of creation that resides in the womb of the universe. And now imagine you don't need to travel to a remote island to experience it. That infinite power already resides in you. What will you create? Let that one sink in for a bit. All right. So, what does this evoke for you? Now, this was a pretty cool experience for me when I was actually on Easter Island, Rapa Nui. It was sort of kind of like an after, not really an afterthought, but not really, again, what you think about in association with Rapa Nui. But when we were there, what kind of the touristy thing to do was to actually go and stand up next to the big rock in the middle and put your hands on it. And the idea was that spiritual energy would flow into you. Now this was 2012 when I went, and I was not so much aware of or really in tune with spiritual energy, you might say, but I did the thing because that's what you're supposed to do. And as I look back on my life, that was actually a key turning point in my life, and for me personally, just in that time period. And so I totally believe that a huge amount of spiritual energy flowed into me in that moment, and honestly does every day. So I actually live now in a universe, in a world where I tap into that creative power of literally the womb of the universe on a regular basis. And it's really amazing, even just in doing something like this, doing these videos with you, having created this card deck, talk about creation, right? And then creating a message that I hope anyway will resonate with you and inspire you to go forth and create something for you and for the world. I was actually just recently having a conversation about creation, and sometimes we think we need to create for a specific audience, and we have to do all this market research and figure out what people actually want. But true creation that really helps the world starts with creation for ourselves first. So if you want to create something, create what's really in your heart. Create what you want. Create something that really brings you alive and lights your fire. And trust that you are not alone in this world. And if something is really lighting you up, it will absolutely light other people up too. So don't limit your creative power to what you think other people want or need or whatever. There's certainly a huge benefit, right, to giving people what they want and what they ask for and things like that. But it has to start with that huge kernel and that seed of authenticity. If it's not really coming from your heart, it's not going to resonate with anybody. So as you create whatever it is that you're creating, whether it's rituals, your life, raising a child, creating a book, creating, on whatever scale, creating in a conversation, creating a partnership, whatever it is you're creating, the creative energy and the power and potential of your whole being comes from your true authentic engagement and the fire of being dedicated to that creation. So don't let it be based on the expectations of others. Let it come from your own heart and from your own source, your own spiritual energy, your own navel of the world. You are that for the creations that you're bringing into the world. So I wish you a very creative week, whatever that means for you. And just revel in the act of creation. So let's take another breath together. Breathing in, breathing out. And I honor you for taking this time for you to be in this moment, to connect with yourself. Thank you for connecting with me. I am honored to be in this world with you and creating the future of humanity together. That's what we're doing here. Have an amazing week, and I will see you next time.